Geek family, we're back. This time we've got our review for the Akshay Kumar movie, Kesari.
चल झूठा
And I'm Nathan.
I'm Rachel.
Trinity.
Troy. Secrets.
Yes. I apologize too. For the longest time, I was saying Kesari. One of you all thankfully pointed out it's pronounced Kesari. So thank you for that. And yeah, we just got done watching the movie, so we're going to throw up our review. And let me just say, I think we all enjoyed it.
It was really good.
To an extent.
I didn't fall asleep.
Bull
You
crap.
tried to.
I
though.
tried, but I woke up and I watched the whole thing.
Now, I enjoyed it, but I did have some issues with it. We'll kind of talk about that a little bit as we get going on it.
Oh, yeah.
But overall thoughts, I'll just throw mine out real quick. I did enjoy it overall. Good story. I actually went and looked up some more stuff about the actual real battle a little bit later on, and was reading a little bit because I wanted to see some of the differences between the movie and the actual stuff, the actual battle itself that went on, and some of the characters, the actors and stuff in the movie, who they portrayed and everything. But ultimately, even though I'd had some issues with it, I did enjoy it, and it was a good watch.
Out of all the movies we watched, it's my second favorite.
Really?
What's your first
All
one?
the Indian films.
Yes.
Hotel Mumbai.
Oh, okay. But real quick, Troy, you enjoyed it?
Yes, I loved it. I really enjoyed it, especially like the battle scenes and all that.
Battle scenes are very good.
And they held the fort for a long time.
Yeah, they did.
They did
Before
it.
they finally actually got in.
For as few of them as there were versus how many the enemy. Yeah, 21 to
21
20,
plus
22. Yeah, 22 total versus
Versus
10,000 plus the Afghans. So, Jordan, real quick.
Yeah, overall, I love the movie. I thought it was a very awesome movie. There was one thing that did kind of like make me mad. Like I didn't get the whole point of them making that one marksman character. The
Oh yeah, hang
No,
on.
no.
Before we get into that,
what?
just real quick.
just
Like,
saying
did
if
you
we
like
like
it?
it or
Real
not.
quick.
I liked it.
Okay, Rachel. Rachel, go ahead, real quick. Then we'll delve into it.
Yes and no. I like
Good enough.
She
Yeah,
liked
I
it,
did, I
but she was sad because everyone was dying.
Now that we've kind of just real quick overview, well, yeah, I've got a kind of an issue too with what Jordan's making.
Okay.
So go ahead.
So spoilers alert if you guys haven't clicked off yet. If you don't, whatever. Anyways, overall the movie was good, the whole war scenes, but one thing that kept making me mad throughout the movie was the appearance of the marksman character.
the sharpshooter.
Yeah, the sharpshooter that
Who was that?
apparently
The
was the
sniper?
only person that could kill any of them. And
What
it
it
was
seemed
just so stupid to actually make that a character in the movie to have several appearances.
It felt it didn't fit with the movie.
It felt
it
forced.
it was really forced.
It did.
And I didn't read, at least a little bit, again, I didn't delve too deep into it. I didn't really read anywhere where it popped up that said they had an enemy. Maybe they did have some snipers on the other side, sharpshooters.
Yeah, but they made that like his main enemy of the
Yeah,
movie.
it was really
Like,
odd. I didn't understand that either.
No, he actually had one that he hated worse than that one though.
It was the one.
The one that brought the
Well,
woman in.
Yeah, but he was also, this was like the number 2 guy that he was.
Right.
Yeah, it was really, and again, we have no thing to base like who that character, like don't know anything about him as far as in the movie. Like, why was he that way? Why did he look that way? Other than it seemed like he was forced in the movie is just to be this, oh, look at this really bad guy that we gotta show Akshay's character. You know, it's got to go back and forth with, and it did feel a little forced. I didn't really care for that whole moment, and it did seem like too, like Jordan said, for the longest time he was the only one that was killing anybody,
Peeing me off.
big time. Now, real quick, I just jotted down some notes. I'll just go ahead and put up some of the stuff that I wasn't the biggest fan of. Real quick in the movie, the opening where they were gonna I guess they were gonna behead or behead the woman. And that's when Akshay decided to disobey his orders and go in and save her. It was the what I had gotten from the trailer that we had seen from the movie and the songs that we had watched is I thought it was going to take the story a little bit more serious than what it did. Take it serious, but I didn't think it would have as many over the top action in it as it did, because you have Akshay's character, his first time, he's jumping over the wall,
Me on
doing
Call
it.
of Duty.
Yeah, doing that, like basically almost a hip
yeah.
fire to hit the guy. I don't know how far away. It seemed really like. I'm looking at it going. I thought it was going to be a little bit more historically accurate, and I'm like, I would doubt that that's how
How you know that's not how it went down?
it could have, but I doubt it. I doubt it did.
It was cool, but it wasn't.
It's just, and I'm saying that because I know there's some other movies that are based on historical stuff that are over the top. 300 being one of them, but that is a true event take, but it's fictionalized too at the same time. And the trailer itself showed the way over the top stuff. I guess, and this was just my own thing of seeing the trailer that I wasn't kind of expecting. Some of the over top action stuff that was going on, it just felt out of place again, just like the enemy sharpshooter did.
Yeah.
Oh, and one other thing is the middle song when all the troops together are doing that really weird dance and song.
The uppity song?
Yeah, that felt out of place as well. It didn't. It just, to me, it didn't flow with the movie. The movie seemed like it was going pretty good in the tone and everything. And then you got this really odd, like out of place feeling and looking song. Again, just for me personally, the rest of you guys may not have.
I liked
felt out of
it. It
place.
was like a nice break, a nice breath.
Of fresh air.
Yeah. Like in
I don't know, I kinda
an
felt
intense
like-
situation. But I get what you're saying, Mark. It didn't like.
I don't know. I think maybe it was the beat or the tone of it or something. Just.
But I
didn't work.
did really like that song of Akshay looking back on his wife.
Yes.
That love song.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah, really good. That was really good. But those are kind
And
of just
that
a
went
few.
with his his.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I want to mention something that was pretty funny to me. Not because of the movie wise. In the movie when it happened, I thought it was awesome. But reactions around, hint hint, Nathan, I'm taking this from you. When they were calling up the wall and the guy was carrying the knife in his mouth.
Oh,
and kicked it in.
Oh yeah.
Got that in my notes.
Rachel loved that part.
Yes.
God, I got
I had
sick to my
never
stomach
seen
so
that.
fast.
Big props to the movie because as many movies I've seen, I've never seen that in a movie.
I'm gonna be sick. Why
The
did
guy,
bring
you
that
see it
up?
all the time in movies too. Guys carrying knives in their
Bunch
mouth.
of pirates, actually.
Mainly pirate movies. And did he get kicked?
Yeah, he like
Kicked it?
kicked in the
No,
face.
I thought he
and it-
like did that.
Did he shove it with his hand or
Either
kicked?
or. It doesn't matter.
He
And,
shoved it with the palm
yeah.
of his hand into the
Right.
guy's face, and it went all the way back, and it's disgusting. And I cannot believe.
I'm
it.
surprised.
Oh,
I'm
God.
surprised his jaw didn't go
Oh God,
Very
Troy!
cool.
It
Very
probably
cool.
stopped it.
like from Brightburn.
And another part is, I liked how heroic they were when some of them were wounded and they were grabbing as many people as they could, climbing up the wall and jumping off and like.
Yeah. It had. I thought the movie, one thing it did really good was make you care for all the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because once they started dying off, you're like, oh man, because they did a good job of kind
My
of showing the
heart-
camaraderie and stuff early on.
Yes, my heart hurt so bad for the guy that had like the niece or the daughter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he
Him,
had
he was
the.
like overkill, and he was just such a good person.
It
and
was
cared so
overkill.
much. And then the guy that took off his turban
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
this,
his
Their friend.
what is it,
His-
brother, comrade? I don't know what I'm
Basically,
trying to call
yeah.
him.
Brother in
But
arms.
like you're not supposed to take it off, but he did, because he's
Well, you can
You
wounded.
can
take
take
it
it
off.
off to help someone.
I just said
who's
because he's wounded. And so like I don't know, he just felt so bad.
Don't take Trinity.
Trinity just liked
It just made me have so
she
much
liked his
respect.
hair.
It made me have so much respect for him, and his hair was beautiful.
Yeah, Trinity loved seeing him fight with that hair flowing.
I love his hair.
That's all she said, but during the whole thing, she's like, I love his hair. Look at his hair. It's so glorious.
I love some
one thing I do want to mention is I like what they did showing the honor within the 19-year-old. Because he was scared. He's never been in a battle in that first.
I was
you know.
mad.
He just he was scared, so he wouldn't shoot anybody. And then they sent him up top, and he was just kind of sending messages back and forth and writing down every person that died on the wall. And then I feel like they did a very good part composing his death and showing his bravery because he got burned alive in a tower, but he did not
actually, he
scream.
blew up.
Yeah.
He did not scream
Yeah.
at all. And he walks out of the tower,
On fire.
on fire, not saying a word, not crying or anything. Anyways,
That's
but
not
yeah,
fair.
and then he blows up a bunch of the enemies and their leader.
Well, one
Yeah,
of the
that
leaders.
leader was
And
a
that's how he
big
goes
old
out.
piece of crap. He was.
Which
At
one?
least the
Oh,
other
one that he
leader.
blew up in the end. He was so mean. Isn't he the? No, he's not the one that killed the lady, but
No.
he did kill the cook.
No,
No,
the
he
guy,
didn't.
the guy.
Oh, the other guy too,
Akshay
yeah.
killed him.
Yeah, so
No,
that
Akshay.
Akshay killed
when
him,
he was
stabbed
against
him
the
in the
wall.
neck.
He tried to take off his turban and he took the pin out of his turban and stabbed him in the neck.
yeah, that's right. That's right. He killed the
I
one.
thought he got killed.
And that was
after
one thing, is that woman at the very beginning who they saved, and Akshay runs into her on his way to the fort. I guess she didn't
She
go
had
somewhere
secret
safe
rights.
and she got
Well,
captured.
That
again.
whole thing, I don't understand why that was even in
Well,
the movie.
I kind of
Yeah,
might.
you could have done without the woman.
Yeah, that was just overkill in my
Okay,
opinion.
but anyway, she's in there, and I feel like the only reason why she would have got captured that actually makes sense is because you got all these men of power from all around gathering, and if once they all grouped up, they're all looking for the same person.
Yeah,
it
she might
kind of
not
makes
have
it harder
anyone
to
to
go
go.
anywhere.
That's true, and I think the reason her character was in the movie was just to show how bad the bad guy, the main
Yeah.
bad guy was.
And in spite of Akshay's character, because he saved her and he's like, oh look, we still got her. Now we're gonna kill you in front of. Now we're gonna kill her in front of you, and you can't do it. You can't do anything to stop
Yeah,
it.
they didn't. They ended up beheading her right in front of everybody.
Uh-huh.
But you did have the one bad guy. You did have the leader of of all the.
He
tribes,
actually had
basically.
respect.
He had he had
He asked actually what his name was.
Yeah, and then he was like, we won't remove any of your turban.
yeah, he said don't remove any of their turbans because he ended up basically showing respect for what they did, what they stood for, how they fought in the battle and everything. So that's always good to see that, even though you are enemies, and like Akshay's character would tell the cook, like, even though they're enemies, if they're wounded, give them water, because that's what he had seen earlier.
Yeah.
But one of the other things too on Akshay's venture out to his new fort, the scenery was absolutely gorgeous. I loved it, specifically when he stopped along that little creek, like right in that valley. I absolutely loved that scene.
I didn't realize how close the fort was to the other fort. It was pretty close.
Yeah, they were close enough to send
each
signals with
other.
the lights
And hear each other screaming.
No,
Yeah.
Only if you face
Just
the
that
north wall.
one wall, because the guy said if you face the west wall,
Yeah.
they can hear you.
North wall.
North
And you
wall.
had that, and the one officer when Akshay's leaving the first fort.
Ooh, I hated him.
Just a
Ugh.
jerk of a British officer, basically calling him
Bro,
a slave.
it's worth the what's it called?
Exactly.
Oh, I did
I
like the
was-
saffron part.
When he came out
Yeah.
with the saffron turban. Yeah.
That was a good part because everybody, you thought that he got shut down by the one.
Oh yeah, the one
Yeah,
guy.
because the
Yeah.
guy
And-
basically called him a coward.
He comes out and then he explains, what the saffron piece is for. What do you say? Bravery and
Baby sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
Maybe sacrifice.
I think that.
Yeah.
And he said he wore it for all the martyrs that had
Yeah.
laid down their lives for them. Or
And they're fighting as free men.
I think
but
we do know.
a couple funny parts they had in the movie. The constant reference to that guy in his wedding day.
Yes.
That was
Uh,
so funny,
I
dude.
busted out
I
laughing.
like to laugh.
When the guy was like, "Stop, just stop."
What
No,
did
he said you're either gonna get screwed or you're gonna.
No, we're
No,
either
it's
gonna.
before that.
no, it's when
You're
he
talking
was
about
playing
the
very-
one, and he told him to stop playing all the sad songs. He'll spend his wedding night with them.
And then the guy was like,
And then he
He
was like,
starts
"We're either
leaning
gonna
in.
get screwed or you're gonna."
Yeah, that was
screw
the last
somebody up or
part.
whatever."
Yeah, that was
Like,
later on.
Either way, you're getting.
But he sat down on his bed and he
Either
reached
way.
over like he was gonna unbutton his.
Yeah.
I was like,
so
"Have you lost your mind?" And ran out of the
He
room.
took off. But yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it was kind of like an ongoing joke with them too. And
Which is good. You gotta have humor and time, especially when you know you're gonna die soon. Because they all knew they were gonna die.
yeah, there was a slight bit of hope. They thought if they could hold out to the next day, because they had another
The reinforcements would come in time.
But one other funny part was actually. He's this one Sikh is cleaning his rifle and he kept walking by the doorway.
Oh.
He kept
Yeah.
standing
Oh,
up
yeah,
and
standing
standing, and he would walk past it and he would smile and turn around and walk back and make the guy stand back up and do it again, to the point that the guy just stood there and he
And-
edged forward to the door and looked around for him.
He said
Right.
definitely a ghost.
Yeah, he's definitely
Yeah.
a ghost. I thought that was pretty good.
I liked how he was able to bring his wife in when he was under stress.
Yeah, that was really cool. I like the way they did that. They made it feel like he was sitting there, almost like he was just picturing her on what she would be reacting to what he would be saying or the way he would be acting. So it's almost like she was there to with him at the fort and everything, and the interaction between the two was really good. Yeah, Richard, you're right. That was
Even
really
before he
good.
died, she was there in his imagination.
Yeah.
Who thought she was really there?
Trinity.
Trinity.
Yeah, she's like,
Oh,
is
yeah.
she really there?
Yeah, she's like, she's gonna walk through all these.
Huge battle.
Actually, his character's been stabbed a bunch.
Several
Like
times.
40
he's
times.
He's dying.
By the kid, by the little boy. He
Oh,
didn't
Oh
want to
yeah,
kill.
that's.
Kill.
I mean, mad 'cause he didn't kill you, and then you're just like,
Yeah.
I'm killing you.
That other boy or that other man that went up.
The one
with-
that shot him there. Or the gun?
that went up with the 19-year-old and told him to lock himself up in the
Yeah.
tower, and he comes down. That was freaking overkill how they killed him.
Oh, he's the one that had all
Dude,
the
he got
swords in him.
impaled
But that
like
was
40
my God.
times.
For real?
Think about it though. When you get discovered, you're gonna look bad. A.
That's true. You will have some.
All those.
Yeah,
swords
true.
stuck
Though
through you?
it'll make you look like you died
Yeah, but you-
fighting, even though you were impaled
That's
like
true,
30
yeah.
times.
That's true, yeah, but you know how painful that is? It probably hit his spine.
Okay,
Like-
I
Well, after like
when
the third
thinking about
sword, he was
this.
probably already dead and not
What-
anything.
Well, one thing too I noticed is all the Sikhs, all their guns were single fire. And
Yeah.
you had to replenish. And
Yeah.
It seemed like the Afghans, their stuff was magazines. Like they could have.
Some of the
maybe about
gun
5.
sounds did not add up with like
well,
the shooting.
there was one scene. It's when the Akshay's character was saving the girl. It looked like he fired without reloading like 3 times.
It looked like it's one of those it's one of
may
those
have been a
things
glitch.
where if you think about it, if you stand back and look, you're like, wait, I don't remember him reloading that rifle. How is he able to shoot?
Yeah.
But you can always chalk that up to like, hey, he reloaded off screen. You don't see it.
Yeah.
So
Midair
you don't
just-
know. And they had another cool scene was when they gave back. They had like a truce moment.
Oh, they gave back the 2 guys saying they were gonna need them.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Sikhs gave back 2 of their
Oh,
prisoners that
dude.
we don't need them, but they had they booby trapped them with like not dynamite but like explosives.
like gunpowder and
Yeah.
stuff.
And went back out into the crowd and
Ooh,
boom.
that was a big explosion they caused there. But they ultimately few of the Afghans got on the side where they didn't see
The 2.
and dug out part of the wall, which was something I was reading about in real life. They were saying the other forts. One of the officers there saw them doing that and tried to warn, tried to signal, but because there was only one guy trying to do the job of 3 to read signals and all that stuff, that it must have just gotten missed, and there was a lot of smoke and all that. So they said either he just missed it when he was trying to do all those different jobs, or the smoke kind of
Blocked it out.
blocked it off a little bit. They said they did see him doing it, and they tried to warn him to let him know that, hey, they're over there doing that, but they weren't able to warn him. They ended up getting part of the wall collapsing, and they eventually shot their way through the main
door.
gate, which was all wood. Which you look back too bad it couldn't have been better reinforced than that. But
I just was wondering how historically accurate it is.
well, yeah, that's what I was looking up a little bit.
I mean, the
Well,
desks and everything. Is it?
Yeah, I don't know.
So, I mean, is there anybody who actually knows how these gentlemen passed?
they died.
And then another thing that I at the end it said that they've got 2 monuments for it. One in Amistar. I say that wrong every single time. Sorry. And then another one was where?
That's I think at the actual site, Saligari. I think was
Okay.
that where one of the ones was at the actual site itself.
So are the names of the gentlemen on there as well? I mean, I'm the type of person that if it's going to be even a little bit historically accurate, I want to know where you got the information, how you you were able to find out this information, and is it something that's been passed down from generation to generation, or is it something that's actually been written down and sealed, signed, delivered?
Well, the one little bit I had read about was the way they made it sound. The historical part was that Akshay's character had once they started getting picked off, they had him kind of go towards the middle of the fort, and he had most of the men go more towards the middle, and him and a couple other guys kind of stayed on the outer part of the ring or whatever and fought. So it seemed like his character actually died sooner. Like in the movie, he was second to last to death,
No, third
to last die. But it seems like historically he was maybe about halfway. Had been killed a little bit soon, definitely sooner than what the movie portrayed it.
So they definitely took creative.
And you can tell just because of some of the battle sequences and stuff.
The scene when they're shooting, they're trying to bust open the gate, and then they start shooting out, and then they start shooting, and then they use the holes they made to shoot out and kill them. But then they run out there because they're running out of ammo, and they start fighting, and then one gets stabbed in the back, and then the other one gets stabbed in in the
stomach,
something like that. And then they were trying to drag him back in, and then all the sharpshooters lined up and just mowed them down.
Killed 4 at that one part. They're all there trying to get ammo, and there's a bunch of them just popped up and mowed them down.
But the way, I'm sorry, the way that one guy they were rushing him, but he grabbed both those guns and kept shooting, and then he dropped the guns and grabbed the other ones and shot.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. You're I don't know if that really happened, but it looks like, as far as the movie goes, it looks cool to see all that. But as far as being historically accurate, I don't know. I like movies like that to be more historically accurate as possible. I would rather them be not as over the top actiony. But again, that's me. I like historical movies to be that way. But still though, overall enjoyed it.
I like the part where Akshay had he took the blade off his head, his turban,
He's the only
and
one
he
to
had the
use that.
sword, and he was like, it's probably just
Oh,
happened,
yeah.
but he was like doing like sonic spin moves or something, and he just kept
Well,
spinning.
Yeah,
and
he had
just
that
kept
sword
killing
that was
Histori-
burning hot. And,
Historically accurate, they did say with only a sword he did kill like 20 of them before he finally died.
that was a pretty, again, don't know how historically accurate that scene was with actually just going crazy on everybody, but it was very cool to watch because he was just mowing them down left and right. So
I kind of wish that when the 3 generals, like the 3 main bad guys, were talking to him, I kind of wish that they would have just picked him off right there.
It was respect.
yeah, and that's the thing is it's all about like
You don't
You're
cheap
in-
shot a general.
yeah, you're in troop, but I mean you,
Well,
you
that's
do
what
give them
that-
back guys that are booby trapped though.
That's
Yeah, it's
what
not killing them.
that's well they were kind of doing cheap attacks too because they were basically using that as a distraction to get those.
They did, yeah.
Trying to get those bomber guys over there.
That's true.
But so did they.
But overall, loved it. Really good movie, despite some of the few issues I had with it. Would definitely watch that movie again. Absolutely enjoyed it a lot. Let us know what you guys thought of it down in the comment section, or what's coming, Twitter, Instagram. What you guys thought, let us know, and we should hopefully have another movie review coming up sooner rather than later. Not really sure at the moment what it'd be. Might be Go Gone. Might be what?
Spades.
No, it's
Rachel's,
not
we've already watched it like 5 times, so I don't know. But yeah, once again, thank you guys so much for all your love and support on the channel. You guys are awesome. Be safe. Love y'all. Hey, Geek family, we're back. This time we've got our review
Kesari.
for the movie Kesari.
What the hell was that?
Super loud.
Sure, Rachel.
We gotta restart it. That's too loud. Don't scream.
I didn't fall asleep.